Hello and welcome to a Brit Reacts to Bollywood. I want to say to all of you, my friends, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Sat Sri Akal Ji, Vanakkam, all the greetings to all of you wherever you are around the world. And I know that the Kumbh Mela, the Mahakumbh, is apparently happening now in Prayagraj, formerly known as Allahabad in India. And I hope that wherever you are, if you know anyone there, I wish for their safety, their spiritual development and enlightenment and their well-being. And I hope that you're all good wherever you are. I didn't get a chance to post yesterday. It's been a very busy week of work and things. I've been looking at some different options for things to react to this week. And I found something really interesting that somebody suggested that I haven't looked at before. And it's an intriguing classic film from the 60s. It's TEEN DEVIAN, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it means three goddesses in Hindi. It's a 65 Bollywood film directed by Amajit and ghost directed, interestingly, meaning he sort of was in the background directing while Amajit supposedly was directing, if that makes sense. I think that's the correct way of looking at it. It was ghost directed by DEV ANAND, and it also stars DEV ANAND in the lead role. Now it's filmed mostly, this is interesting, in black and white. Some colour scenes. The movie tells the story of a poet who falls in love with three women. I think this is an unusual one. I don't think I've seen this before. It's inspired by writer D.H. Lawrence's works. D.H. Lawrence was a famous English writer. The music was composed by S.D. Burman, who we love, whose son Rahul Dev Burman composed the English version of this film titled Oh Boy and Three Girls, but the print was never released. How intriguing. There's a lot to look at there. I like this poster. It's a very interesting classical poster. We've got Dev Anand, Nanda, Kalpana, Simi, and I.S. Johar, I think. Nice period look. Dev Anand works in a company selling musical instruments and is always late for work, infuriating his boss, I.S. Johar. Things change for the better when Johar finds out that Devdutt has a talent for writing poems, and he gets Devdutt to write and even gets them published for him. While travelling home by bus, he meets with Nanda, who has come to live in his neighbourhood, and both are attracted to each other. Ooh. One night, Devdutt comes to the assistance of Bollywood movie actress Kalpana. When her car breaks down, she finds out he is a poet and both are attracted to each other. Devdutt is asked to deliver a piano to the palatial house of a wealthy woman named Simi, alias Radha Rani. She too is impressed by Devdutt's poems and invites him over to her house for a party. And again, both are attracted to each other. Knowing fully well that he cannot marry three women in his country, a tortured and uncertain Devdutt must now make up his mind as who he wants as his life partner. This is an unusual story, and I think it's a potent one because a lot of people do get drawn between different people. This is an interesting poster as well. I like this. What can we make of this kind of story? It's a very rare story, the idea of different types of Indian women and a man who is uncertain as to the focus of his romantic aspirations. I think that's really unusual. And I think it is a problem for a lot of men, actually. I think this is something that hasn't been touched on that much. And the fact that it was touched on in a 60s film in India, in Bollywood at that time, is really powerful. The song I want to look at is called Khwaab Ho Tum Ya Koi. It's got Dev Anand. It's sung by Kishore Kumar. Let's take a look. He looks great, doesn't he?
दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ सुबह पे जिस तरह शाम का हो गुमा सुबह पे जिस तरह
The rich woman's piano.
शाम का हो गुमा जुल्फों में एक चेहरा कुछ जाहिर कुछ नेहा.
This is very naturalistic. Like a drama. Oh, I love that shot of the drinks in the foreground.
पहले आपके नाम आपकी सेहत पर एक दान हो जाए। मैं शराब नहीं छूता। दान कातिल छूने को कहता है, बगैर हाथ लगाए चढ़ा जाओ एक ही सांस में। तो लाइए देव साहब, हम ही आपके होठों पे लगा देते हैं। पी भी लीजिए देव साहब, बड़ी देर से छलक रहा है, वरना दुख होगा इसे। हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी
He looked great, doesn't he?
और करीब आ जाओ।
Bit of comedy. I'd like to see the lyrics to this. An international crowd.
धड़कनों ने सुनी एक सदा पाँव की, धड़कनों ने सुनी एक सदा पाँव की, और दिल पे लहराई आंचल की छाँव सी, और दिल पे लाई आंचल की छाँव सी। हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ।
Wow, she's lovely.
हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, ओ देर से
It's very joyous and playful.
खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ।
It's an unusual piece. Huge set, huge cast, very naturalistic, not over the top, domestic and playful and fun. I love that shot. A nice transition.
मिल ही जाती हो तुम मुझको हर मोड़ पे, चल देती हो कितने अफसाने छोड़ के, चल देती हो कितने अफसाने छोड़ के। हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, अपनी दूर खड़ी हो और करीब आ जाओ। हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन।
So sweet. Oh, she's into it.
फिर पुकारो मुझे, फिर मेरा नाम लो, फिर पुकारो मुझे, फिर मेरा नाम लो। चाहूं फिर अपनी बाहों में थाम लो, गिरता हूँ फिर अपनी बाहों में।
Oh man, that's crazy.
हो तुम या कोई हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, ओ देर से कितनी दूर खड़ी हो करीब आ जाओ। हो तुम या कोई
Great.
हकीकत कौन हो तुम बतलाओ, ओ देर से कितनी दूर
What a lovely way to live. Aww. Remarkable, really, really nice cinematography. Beautiful, just there's nothing dark about it. It's just so life affirming and light and bright, and what a lovely living room and a lovely atmosphere, and people who are playful and joyful and not dark but just jolly, having a drink and a sing-along, which is a very traditional thing even in the West. I'm very intrigued by it. They're very modern and middle class or upper class. The two women clearly have eyes for him. And I can see why, because he's likable. He's a likable, innocent young man. And he has such gifts, and he's so bright, and he brings that brightness and lightness into the room. And they're enamored by him. So what do we make of it? Well, I think it's totally believable. It's a very naturalistic piece. They obviously, you can see why they're both interested in him and intrigued and fascinated by him. And they're giving him not the eye, they're giving him eyes. This is the key beautiful thing about cinema. You can actually feel what it is to be in his position. You can actually understand why they are in that position with him and why he is in a position where he doesn't know what to do. Because he's got these beautiful, interesting, lovely women appreciating what he brings to the party. I love the singing. I love the tune. It's very of the time, and it's very upbeat and party-like and playful. I like films like this because they're showing you a window of what India was like. It was exploding into the international scene again after independence, and it was full of these talented, interesting people doing artistic and wonderful and playful things. And you've got these wonderful talented people like S.D. Burman and DEV ANAND, Kishore Kumar, doing all of these great things. Now I'm just intrigued, does it mean that DEV ANAND actually directed this? Because if that's the case, he did fantastically well. Even those little shots like the transition when the two ladies look to each other from one angle of the piano, and then you see them looking at each other at the other angle of the piano, looking towards him, and then they look back to him. And the shot of the shoes dancing, tapping together, the little silly shot of the man kicking the tray of drinks out of the waiter's hand and drinks go over him. Silly things, playful things, innocent things, wonderful shots from the ceiling of the party, little suggestions, beautiful shots from outside looking through the French windows into the party. Just a sense of their atmosphere, their innocence, the joyous aspect of the party. All right, let me know what you think. I am your Brit reacting to Bollywood. I would love to know more about this film, about the careers of these people. Love the women, and DEV ANAND is such a star, I think, in this. It's so simple and naturalistic, but it's so effective in that sense. All right, I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Let me know if there's more songs to look at from this film. I wish you all a joyous time, and see you again next week. Chin chin, cheerio.